Welcome Tamers. It's been a while since I posted another video. This one is going to be another video about one of my favorite decks, especially now with BT21 coming out, Xros Heart. I will be going over my current list with all the new cards getting added to the set, like the new BT21 Taiki, the new Omni Shout, Shaman DX, the new Superior Mode, and just my thoughts on like why I'm adding the cards. I did play Xros Heart in the past two big events of April, I think, and March, which were the Pasadena Regional, and then I also played at the Ultimate Cup. I'll probably be talking a little more about my experience and what the deck was missing then, and what moving forward my list is going to be and how I think is going to help me. But thank you guys for stopping by, and then I'll see you in the next part of the video. Alright guys, and just to get started on the video, I'll be going over my eggs. We're still running the red Pikmin just because we do want to tuck the shooting stars under, even though we have the new Taiki to tuck. I think tucking on swing is always good. I know that a lot of the lists are running the yellow Pikmin, but that one I feel like you do get draws, but with this deck you're not swinging as much. So in terms of like getting your game plan going, I think having this one is good. So we're still running this one at 4. Moving into our rookies, I am running 4 of the same old BT19 Shoutmon. I finally have 2 of these from the Ultimate Cup, the one that I participated in, and a friend gave me one. I'm still missing 2, but we're getting there. But this one's, we're still running it because it's a good way for us to evo into the Omni Shoutmon, right? We play him out, evo from under Tamer. Either with the new one we could swing because it has rush, or we could go into the older one to pop. So we are still running this one at 4. Inherit is really good, just give anything with Xros Heart trait rush, and then also when it dies we reroll top 3, and then we add a Tamer. We play out a Tamer if we do. So this one's up 4. Next is going to be a tech card that I put in work at the Ultimate Cup, which is a Durulu Cannon, Shaman Durulu Cannon. It's a 4 cost, 5 cost 4k. It goes for 1 on top of a yellow. That's 2. That's red or yellow for 1. But if it's a Shoutmon or Durulmon, it goes for 4. And then main part that I'm running this is because it goes for free on top of Shoutmon. So we, on the when attacking, is when your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2 KDP for the turn, and then by placing one Digimon card from Xros Heart trade from the Digimon distribution cards under one of your Tamers, so when your opponent's Digimon with 3 KDP or less. The reason I'm using this is because we want to get rid of the Psychmons. So every time I promote, if I already have Tamer set up, I could promote a Shoutmon, go on top for 0, swing, trigger the egg, tuck something under from my hand to draw, then we trigger his one attacking, we'll do minus 2k to something, and then we tuck this one under the Tamer, and then we pop Psychmons. So that's the main reason I was running it. Usually as a one-off, I don't want to see more than 1 of these, just because the Inherit doesn't have one, and it doesn't have save and text. So we're running this one on 1 just to pop Floodgates. I'm gonna be trying this new card, which is 2 copies of the new BT21 Shoutmon. It's a 3 cost 1k, the same as the other Shoutmon. It evos for 1 on top of a yellow and a red level 2, but if it's Xros Heart trade, it evos for 0. And then this one's a cost reduction. So whenever we would Digimon into Digimon with Xros Heart or the hero trait, reduce the cost by 1, and then on deletion save. Same Inherit as the other Shaman rush. So this one I'm trying it out too because we are evoing a lot into like shooting stars and raptor sparrows, just to like either give something else, not give something else minus, but to just make it more efficient for us to go into maybe a Jaeger Durulu, or if not into maybe like a Bellissamon, and then to go into our top end, just in case we need to Digivolve on top of something. So I am gonna run it at 2. I'm gonna see how this one goes. And here it's always nice, and it's a 3 cost, so it doesn't cost 4 to actually play. And then finally on the rookies, I am running 2 copies of the Sparrow. I still think the combo to go Sparrow into Raptor Sparrow is good because you're drawing essentially 3 cards. So when you swing, tuck 1 to draw. When you Digivolve into Sparrow, you draw, and then the Raptor Sparrow does 3, so then you get 1. So drawing 3 cards off this specific hit is always good. Also, we could collision a body, so if they have 1 blocker and we need them to just be suspended, we could just swing, trigger collision when we go into Raptor, and then even though it dies, we could do tuck something from trash. So I'm running 2 copies of this one, and then moving on to our 4s, I am running 4 copies of the Raptor Sparrow. This is just generally good. So Searcher, we could Evo for 1 on top of the new shot one. We could have collision if we go into the Sparrow. So this one we are running at a 4. Next, I am still running the copy of shooting Shaman King version BT10, just because this one is able to recur as cross sources from trash, especially like when I was in the regional. There were times where like my EX6s were in security, they get trashed, I didn't have anything in hand. I did have this, so I could hard even to like cross for 3, grab it, and then have it ready for a cross play if I need to. Or I was running the Lumina Nene version, so if I needed that to clear maybe a stack on the other side, I could cross for 3 and then just grab it. So I am running this one as a one-off, just to grab pieces back from trash. Next, I have the 3 copies of the Shooting Star. This one I'm still running it at 3, just because we don't want to see too many of this in hand. As long as we see 1 or 2 in trash, it's fine. And then in case we do need to Evo on top of this new one, it'll be for a 1 cost Evo. So running this one at 3. And then moving into our 5s, we are getting into the new cards. So we are running 3 copies of Omni Shaman. It's 8 cost 8k, Evos for 4 on top of level 4 that's yellow and red. But if it's hero trait or Xros Heart, it Evos for 3. And then if it's a Shaman, it Evos for 4. But with this new Shaman, it'll be our 3 cost Evo, just because it reduces by 1. So what's neat about this one is that it has that end of attack. So if it survives the check, you can play out a Xros Heart trait or a hero trait card from your hand or blue flare without paying the cost. And if you did, you could pop it and save. Right, and then on deletion, you could play something else from your trash or your hand under a Tamer and then save. And then Evo's Digicrosses for 2 over with a Shaman. So a lot of good things will come out from this card, just because when we do end of attack, we could actually play out one of our big bodies, cross, and further reduce it. We could also play out Tamers in case we just stay in the back, turn 1, go into shot 1, and then pay 4. It's early on, so we could swing, play out our Tamer, it dies, tuck something under and tuck itself under. So we could also go for those tacky for game scenarios where you swing with this, it survives, maybe they have a chump blocker, they block it, then hits with trigger, we play out something else, cross, and then tap the tacky to go for game. So I am running this one at 3. Next, I have the 1 copy of the BT21. This one's still good because it's removal, so even though we don't see the Drulu cannon, we can still see this one to just drop our shot 1, go into this, pop their stack. So I do like it as a one-off. Next, I'm still running the 2 copies of Luminamon. I do like this card. This card is really good in terms of like playing out your Tamers and also as a searcher. So even though you're giving your opponents 5 memory, you're still getting top 3 search, adding a card to your hand, and then playing out a Tamer if you do have a Tamer. So it's a good, it's fast wait for you to place those high cost tamers. I think the new the BT19 Taiki is like 4 costs, this new Taiki is 4 costs, so being able to play those tamers out for free is always good. So running this one at 2. And our 3 copies of Adler Ballista, just the 3 copies that we need. We're still running this at 3. Nothing else is there. I never evo into it just because getting bounced to Hander deck is not that common unless you're playing against Mirage. Unfortunately it's banned or restricted, and then maybe Imperial, but I never saw use for this one. But this is the one that I tend to go into the most in case I either needed a hard drop to stop something. So we are running the 3 copies of the Jaeger just because the stopping when digivolving is really strong and also stunning a board. So if we need a turn to breathe, we could either promote this Shaman, go into maybe Raptor for 1, and then pass turn with this, and then stun something on their side and can stop them from activating when digivolving. So we could maybe hit a Gallimon, we could hit a medieval as well, so in case we play something else out, they won't be able to like activate a when digivolving effect. So this one is still really strong, so running it at 3. Next are 4 copies of our boss monster, which is a Shaman. This one is a 4-off, can't really run any less just because it's what the deck revolves around. So you want to see all your pieces so you could go into the him and do alliance for 2 checks and do a mini ruin model for the turn. So this one we are running at a 4. And then new additions for the level 6s are going to be Shaman DX. I've always thought about adding this one once they announce it because it is yellow, it is composite and crossart, so it is actually searchable by everything in the deck. So we don't get to bottom deck it with the old C where it's like just straight up blue flare. But this one's a 12 cost 12k. It digivolves on top of Xros for 2 if it's a crossart trait for 3. So we could actually now evo into our 6. So we could evo on top of any of these for 3 instead of it being strictly the Z, just straight up black or blue. Which unfortunately if we ended it here we couldn't evo on top. But it's also treated as Shaman and Z Greymon for cross. It is secure attack +1 on play when digivolving, delete one opponent's Digimon, and then all turns with Digimon will leave the battle area. You may place up to 4 crossart or blue flare Digimon trade cards from his different cards onto one of your Tamers. This will only count if you're playing the hero side where you tuck a lot of like the different cards under. Most of those are going to be crossart trading hero, so you're able to stack up to 4 under your Tamer. And then when Digimon crossing, you could do -3 if you have an Omnishout, and then -3 for Zeeg, so essentially being a 6 cost. But if we do the Omnishout play, we could end of attack, pay 5, cross with himself before it gets deleted, put the Zeeg underneath, and then it'll be a 1 cost cross. So this one's gonna allow for some cheeky little plays for 1. We can do 2 checks the moment we play it out. So if we do that end of attack, play this out, swing, that's 2 checks already at 12k. So we're running this one at 2. Next I have the 1 copy of Z Greymon. This one I am running 1 just because we do need blue in case we want to do -6. But for the most part, by having this one is just making it more efficient, more consistent for us to actually see our pieces and digicross for 1 with our EX6. But this one is still good, just to digivolve something. Maybe they have an ace, you could get some of the overflow back for the cost. But yeah, we're running this one at 1. Then moving into our top end, I am still running this ruin mode. Might change it to the new well, the old BT21 superior mode. But ending the turn in a ruin mode is always good, just because it stops your opponent from doing things, promoting maybe a stack in the back, maybe deletes the Digimon. But this one's a good way for you to just stall for a turn. Then the following turn, you could swing and then recover and kill something on their side, which is something that happened in my regional. In one of my matches, I was playing against Royal Knights. Oh, it was Ultimate Cup. It was Ultimate Cup, where I had enough memory, only 3 cards in my hand. This was one of them. I had 8 memory, dropped it for 14. Didn't do anything, but the opponent didn't clear it. So when it was my turn, I swung at security. End of attack, I popped in a Ryukin, gained a lot of memory back. I recovered, did a -5, and then I just crossed and then cleared the board after that. So this one I'm running it at 1. I am considering changing it. And then finally for our Digimon, we have the 1 copy of Valderarm. This one's still a good card. It's very good top end because we are running multiple level 6s of all the colors needed for partition. Also stopping on plays and stopping from unsuspending things is strong as well, especially against like Royal Knights. You stop them from playing out their Digimon and having on-play effects, or suspending their Tamers. It's mainly for like the on-plays. It just saves you a turn. But yeah, this one's really good, really generic card. If you could run it, I would run this one. But I don't want to put too many level 7s, so it'll be like maybe the 1 Valderarm and then the 1 Ruin or the 1 Superior Mode. Might try the Superior Mode. Then moving on to our Tamers, I'm running the 4 copies of the Surgery Taiki. I can't say much else. Probably like the best card in the deck just because it's been really great since it came out. So top 4, add 1 card with cross, tuck the other one under, and then bottom deck the rest. And then also allows us to cross into our Digimons. So we're running this one at 4. Next, I'm running 2 copies of the Taiki Kudo from BT21 for cost Tamer. Start a main phase by placing a card underneath with a Crossheart, Blue Flare, or Hero Trade. Draw 1, gain 1. And then on your turn, when your Digimon Digivolve or are played, if any of them have the Crossheart Hero Trade, one of them may attack. So as long as the Digimon has Rush, it could swing. Or if you could target one other Digimon and swing at the end of the turn in case you do pass turn, but it's only on your turn. There was a little ruling a friend was telling me about that. If you do scramble and you play out a Shoutmon and you Digivolve into Omni Shout, since everything kind of resends because it's start of turn, refresh, you get to swing. But I don't really understand that ruling, but it sounded interesting. But I'm only running 2 just because this one doesn't let you cross. So this is mainly for like Digivolving and swinging, or like crossing and then swinging. So you have to do it from hand. So I do want to see more of the Taikis that let me Digicross. So I might either leave it at 2 or bump it to 3. But for now I have it at 2. Next I have 2 copies of the Taiki Yuri Hanene Trio Tamer. Still a great card. Same effect as the Taiki. Tuck 1 under, gain 1, draw 1. But this one actually does let you cross. So at least right now we currently have 6 Tamers that allows us to cross. And because crossing is the main thing of the deck, we want to be more consistent with it. So I'm running 2 of those. And then I am running the new Taiki Kudo from BT19. Well, old now. It's a memory center and then Digicrosses. So I took out the Nene just because to have more consistency, we don't want to keep bottom decking our Tamers, or at least this one's a memory center, and if we do see it, we'll go to 3, and then it allows us to cross. So yeah, I currently am running 9 Tamers, which I think should be enough. We're gonna play test this out and see how it works. Next, we're going into our options. I do have the 1 Can't Turn My Back option from BT21. It's a 2-cost option, and if you have Digimon with cross trade, you can ignore color requirements, which if we have 1 Tamer, we don't even need to use the colors, right? Because it'll be red. So, and then its main is place all Digimon cards under in one of your Crossheart Trade Digimon division cards under one of your Tamers. Then you may play 1 Digimon card with Crossheart Trade from your hand, with the cost reduced by 1 for each effect placed. So if we go into cross 6, we swing, and then we can restand because we don't have the option, or we have another one in hand and we have enough memory. Like pay 2, put all sources under our tamer, play out the other one, reduce by 5, and then tuck all those sources under to further reduce it for cheaper costs, or maybe with even less sources, right? So this one I will be trying it at 1. I think 2 might be too much. It's kind of like a win more card. If you see it, cool. If you don't, if you have game, it's fine. But this is just for those instances where you might need the sources under something. I think this one would probably work a lot better in the low to the ground Xros Heart deck with like X4, X3, the old X7, just because those do you're requiring all your pieces back to back to do the thing. So at least this allows you to recuperate those back, put them under, play something out for cheaper. So I'm running this one at 1. Finally, I am running 2 copies of Meter Rock Soul. It's a 3 cost option, right? This one's really great when it comes to playing out things from under your tamers, or doing 2 checks by resetting your Shotmon and the shooting star. And this one does come up a lot, especially if you're trying to memory choke. If you're at 2 memory and let's say you have a Luminamon under, usually I pay the 3, play out the Luminamon, choke them at 1, do a top 3 search, add a card, and then play out a tamer. So it's a way for us to play out more tamers if we do have Luminamon in sources, or if we need to clear something on their side, play this for 3, play out an Omni Shaman from source, go into Omni Shao, that's an extra draw, and then we pop something on their side. And also it could trigger the Taiki end of turn, where like we could swing with a new Omni Shout and then just keep doing shenanigans, right? So I'm running this one at 2, and then this is currently what I'll be practicing the next few days. There's not much else I could change, like I mentioned, probably like just the X7 here, maybe the ratios on the tamers, but everything is looking okay in my book. I just need to see how it actually works in an match, which I'll probably be doing that tomorrow. But yeah, as for the regional, I ended up doing really poorly. I did all 9 rounds, but I only won 3. I lost 6. My first round was against Gallenmon. That one went great. I think it was a 2-1. I saw all my pieces. I saw the option Meter Rock Soul. I was able to do like 5 checks by just really unsuspending this and the shooting star and just checking security. After that, I ended up losing to Royal Knights. Both games that I saw, so game 2 and game 3 was against Royal Knights. They had, oh wait, game 2 was against Liam, Leviathan player that I think got 5th place or 4th place, I forgot which one. We won all 3 games. Last game I just couldn't out a Psychmon. If I had the Taiki, I wouldn't have mattered if I gave him 11 memory, just because I was able to swing and then clear the board, because his board was Psychmon at level 5, I think it was Dragomon, and then Leviathan. I could have crossed for 11, tap the Taiki to swing end of turn. It'll do -6 with the board, originally with the play. Pop the Psychmon, swing at security. On the attack, we pop the Dragomon, and then we force collision on the Leviathan, which was going to be bigger anyways. So I would have cleared the board for me. He would have recovered with Proform, grabbed 2 things back, but he would have 0 things on his board. So just if this would have come in 3 weeks early, I would have probably had a better chance in that matchup. But yeah, then it was another Royal Knights. The only reason I lost to it is because I kept seeing the Medieval Gallant. That's a hard stun to this deck if I can out it. Just because anytime I do something, they'll suspend it. And then next turn, they'll just clear it. And then after that, I won against... I got 2 buys. There you go. So 2 no-shows. Then after that, I lost to Imperial, blue-green. And then Unfortunately, I lost to a Justimon, and that was because the Digivolve is so strong. So I would end the turn in a cross 6. He would go into Cyberdramon Ace, Digivolve it, and then he was able to like go up the way to Justimon X and just swing a suspend swing and then just clear my board. Next was, what was the other one? I forgot what the other ones were, but last round was against another Gallant player, and that one I did lose. But overall, the deck was doing what it was supposed to do. Unfortunately, if I had seen the Tamer earlier on, 3 weeks into the future, would have been great. And then for Ultimate Cup, the same issues. Not having all the pieces to keep turn, and now the Tamer resolves that issue because I could be missing 3 pieces. If I have the Tamer, I could still swing. The turn doesn't end that way. I could still do my thing, clear the board if I need to. So I'm hoping this makes the deck a lot better, more consistent. But yeah, and that is it for tonight's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like the video, go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe. I will probably do more videos with the new sets from BT21. Maybe record a few gameplay videos. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.